first game for today features the Meralco Bolts taking on Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Meralco Bolts. A 6'2 guard from Pintig, Ilocos Norte, number 11, Chris Newsom. A 6'2 guard from Quezon City, number 19, Bong Quinto. A 6'4 forward from Taytay Rizal, number 22, Alain Malixi. A 6'4 forward from Mitsayap, North Cotabato, number 12, Mac Bello. And a 6'8 center from Orion Batan, number 20, Raymond Almazan. Head coach for Meralco is Norman Black. And now the starters for Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. A 6'7 forward from Escalante Negros Occidental, number 38, Joe Devance. A 6'3 forward from Pasig City, number 31, Aljon Mariano. A 6'8 center from Agono Rizal, number 34, Christian Sandhardinger. A 6'1 guard from Cagayan Valley, number 11, Stanley Pringle. And a 5'9 guard from Nasugbu, Batangas, number 5, L.A. Tenorio. Head coach for Barangay Ginebra is Tim Cone. Our referees for this game,
Our starters for this game for Meralco, we have Newsom, Quinto, Almazan, Malixi, Mac Bello. Ginebra has Tenorio, Pringle, Sandhardinger, Aljon Mariano starting today, and Joe Devance. And for Meralco, Jet Newsom is back playing again, so he's getting into that groove again after missing a couple of games. And this tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, as our first possession goes to Meralco.
It's very interesting to see how both teams start. Ginebra will for sure want a strong start in this ball game. And Meralco, with that, sometimes it's tempting, knowing your record, knowing you're locked into the second seat, to just maybe lay back a little. That's why we have to. It's going to be interesting. That's why I mentioned it's going to be interesting to see how both teams will respond to their situations.
As Quinto misses on the first shot of Meralco for the game, and if you're Meralco, I think you'd want to fit Newsom back in and get him to playing, in the system again after missing a couple, like 3 games. So I think they won't relax in this game. And Quinto, again, being very aggressive. This is how they usually start, Jet, giving the ball to Bong and letting him work in the early first quarter.
Well, Bong is a unique type of player. I mean, you see him post up, you see him use pick and rolls. He has the body and to go down in the post, and he can distribute and start an offense from whatever position he's playing.
As Newsom misses on his shot, Ginebra secures the rebound. LA handling the basketball. Let's see if LA has a better game today than his previous game, as we talked about earlier in the pregame. Stats, he had a horrible game in his previous game. What a steal by Bong, and he just goes all the way. Stanley doesn't even challenge that one and slams it home.
Bong Quinto showing his defensive presence here, anticipating the pass, knowing the play, and dunking it down. I mean, we've seen a couple of dunks from Bong, and he's deceptive. He can get up when he needs to.
Bong Quinto starts the scoring in this game in emphatic fashion as he gets the first 2 points of Meralco. JDV shoots that 3. Too strong battle for the rebound. Mac Bello secures that rebound.
So back-to-back poor possessions for Ginebra, not getting any good shots.
Newsom trying to do the Smitty. Gets it to Raymond inside. Raymond gets that hook shot too strong as he was bothered by C-Stan. Ginebra back with the basketball. C-Stan trying to post up inside. Ball gets tapped away. Ball will stay with Ginebra.
They're actively trying to get Christian involved early in this ball game. What you see here, look at the anticipation, knowing the position and of the ball, staying in between the ball and his man. Bong Quinto just knowing the pass is coming, stealing it, dunking it home.
JDV hands it off to LA. LA trying to find some space against Bello. What a crossover by LA. Shoots that floater, just too short. Battle for the rebound as Malixi just skies high to get that rebound. Nice passing by Meralco. Mac Bello hits that layup.
Just classic fast break movement for Meralco, taking advantage of the easy miss of LA and just sprinting down the floor, getting ahead of Ginebra in that possession.
Mariano, as JDV tries to go fancy, mishandles that pass, and Maliksi just goes in for that layup with a pass from Newsome, and that forces an early timeout here in the ballgame by Coach Tim Cone as Meralco takes a 6-0 lead with 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back. This is the Honda PBA. Oh, and as you see, Jet, that layup from Mac Bello. So another turnover for Ginebra. What have you seen so far here early in the first?
Well, they're jittery to say the least. Maybe the difference is in the starting lineup, but you can't have any excuses here. They're just being taken advantage of by Meralco. They know the plays, and they're anticipating everything that Ginebra is doing. And you talk about starts, and you see here Meralco really starting strong. Coach Tim forced to call a timeout, try to get his boys back on the same page and just, relax, slow the game down, execute the offense, and they're gonna be fine.
So we can see that Meralco not stepping on the brakes to start the game. And if you guys are just joining us, we talked about Meralco being secure in that second spot. That looked like it doesn't matter to them, Jet.
Well, it doesn't. We questioned it, but knowing Coach Norman Black and the way he runs his teams, ever since his whole coaching career, they're not gonna let up no matter what position they're in.
T-Stan gets double team on that fadeaway, airballs it. Newsome running down court. Newsome hands it off to Bello. Bello finds Bong Quinto for 3. Too short, but Maliksi tries to go for that rebound. C-Stan secures it to JDV.
Open looks there. Ginebra, the breather a little bit.
As C-Stan tries to go for the spin move, asking for that foul. No call by the referee. Meralco has numbers. Maliksi open 3. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Goes to Raymond. Raymond hits that putback.
8-0 now for Meralco. They have started the game perfectly, running fast breaks, getting open shots. I think and
here's
almost.
another steal. Almost steal by
I was gonna say.
Bello. Stanley looking to attack. Finds some space, shoots that one-legged floater, too strong, put back, still no go for C-Stan. And we have a loose ball foul called on Ginebra.
Frustration seeping in a little bit. The face of Ginebra because they have shots. They're getting shots now. The floater attempt from LA, the running jumper from
Stanley.
From Stanley. These are easy shots and shots that you know that they can make. And then now we see a gimme by Stan Hardinger. So, but it's still early in the game, Andre. I mean, knowing Ginebra, they know they've been here before. They know what they need to do to slow the game down. It's a question now if Meralco can keep this up.
And they say the best time to go down double digits is in the first quarter because you can come back the entire game. And we've seen that from so many teams, especially Ginebra, with their never say die attitude. We know they're going to fight back in this ball game. But Alain Maliksi just making it a bit harder, drawing that foul, that early foul from Stanley to go to the line for 2 shots.
We talked about it pre-game. Alain's making the most and taking advantage of the starting position that he has, fell into, and now he has earned. So moving into this, we know that he's not going to let up on his aggressiveness in trying to look for points. You see here, he did shoot a 3 a while ago, or attempted a 3, and then now getting to the line.
As Maliksi hits 2 free throws for the first double-digit lead of the ball game. Full court defense by Meralco. Trying to waste some time for Ginebra. C-Stan is handling it. Finds Stanley inside as Stanley almost missed that, but he finally finds a way to get it down.
Well, they take it either way. Whatever way they can, just putting the ball in the hoop. Finally seeing 2 points after almost 4 or 5 minutes into this ball game.
If that was in college, this is the time that they'll just sit down because everybody stands up.
Standing up at the bench.
So that took quite a bit of time, but Ginebra finally on the scoring column, playing good defense here. Ball gets tapped away. Ball will stay with Meralco.
1.6 seconds on the shot clock.
It's your great backdoor read. Wide open for Stanley Pringle. A little bit of an overplay on the Meralco defense.
As 1 second on the clock, and Newsome finds a way to draw that foul from the Teniente. As Ellie can't believe it yet.
It's just mounting frustrations. That was a bailout shot. LA being a vet, he knows that he's just going to rise up. Just a little bit too close with the hand trying to swipe for the ball. drawing the foul is Newsome. It's not something you want to give, especially in a bailout situation.
The early fouls for Ginebra, already 3 team fouls for them early here in the first quarter, as LA and Stanley both picked up fouls in consecutive possessions, and it's back to a 10-point ball game.
I like how Meralco was keeping their momentum or trying to stay aggressive, especially on defensive end. They're full court pressing, being extremely active.
Stanley finds JDV. Mariano in the corner, too strong, battle for the rebound. Quinto taps it to Newsome. Newsome looking for Maliksi. Maliksi likes this matchup against LA, gets double teamed. Somebody's open. Nice defense from Stanley, anticipating that pass. Drives against Newsome. What a move by Stanley Pringle.
What a move indeed, the wraparound hop step. I mean, we're used to seeing the hop step from Stanley, but that was just sweet.
And LA played good defense, taps the ball away from Newsome. And that move by Stanley, we've seen that so many times and it never gets old, Jet.
So he anticipated it perfectly. Lazy pass from Bonquito. Reading. Whoops! What a sweet behind the back move by Stanley Pringle.
And we have a timeout called on the floor as Meralco has an 8-point lead against Barangay Ginebra. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the ball game as Meralco has a 12-4 lead, as we see Cliff Hodge coming back also after being in health and safety protocols, playing in this game as well, comes into the ball game. Quinto handling the basketball. Meralco trying to find an opening with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nice fake by Bello. Nice pass to Quinto. Another nice pass to Hodge.
That's what Bonquito does. Perfect offense. Cliff Hodge, just the easiest shot that we'll see in the game, but Bonquito knowing exactly where his teammates are, just finding him down low.
Meralco just has a rhythm as Stanley bangs home a 3 to get that lead down to 7.
That's when a player the caliber of Stanley Pringle knows when to take charge, and he's just taking the reins, scoring every single point for 7 points of Barangay Ginebra now.
As Bello tries to counter back with a 3 of his own, misses. Ellie gets a rebound. Stanley running down court. JDV. Let's see where he goes here. Finds Mariano as C-Stan wants to post up against Hodge. Too aggressive for Hodge, and he gets called for that foul.
A little bit late, a little bit, yeah, like you mentioned, too aggressive. He didn't need to go for the steal on that one, but just look at this here, easy. Too much space for Stanley Pringle, rising up over Bonquito, just knocking it down in his face.
Pasaol comes into the ball game for Meralco, so he had 17 points in his last game. Let's see what impact he has here as he's subbed in for Alain Maliksi. Stanley wants a basketball. Finds C-Stan, shoots that jumper, C-Stan drains it.
That's better offense now for Barangay Ginebra.
And that's with the right hand in the free throw line. Later we'll see him shoot the left on the free throw line. So
whatever works for for Christian.
As long as it goes in, as Pasaol shoots a 3-pointer, as Pasaol makes himself known as he just subs into the game, bangs home a 3.
Well, building off his great game, the last one, immediately coming into the game and just shooting a 3. Talk about confidence from a rookie.
And Hodge picks up another foul against C-Stan as we see the previous play. A beautiful right-handed shot by C-Stan. How hard is it to Be ambidextrous.
Oh, I don't want to get into it. I mean, if my right hand works, why would I think about shooting it to the left?
C-Stan shoots a fadeaway and hits another shot. So C-Stan showing that his right hand is working today.
He figured out which hand to use this ball game.
As Newsome trying to be aggressive. Finds Hodge against Pringle. Likes the mismatch. Finds Newsome. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hodge gets the ball tapped. Pasaol tries to go for another one. Short this time. C-Stan secures the rebound.
Playing better defense is Barangay Ginebra. They usually get their rhythm off. Great defense. Now moving the ball around.
C-Stan wants to post up Hodge. Another jump shot for C-Stan. No go as we have a foul called on the floor. That is against Ginebra. So Meralco will take possession.
I like the front court. I like the front court combination of Ginebra now with you have JDV and Christian Standhardinger. Because Joe's always that, is the type of player that can really move pieces around when he's on the court. And you see Jeff Chan checking in now. The ball game. It's been a while since we've seen him.
It's nice to see Jeff Chan, one of the premier snipers we've ever had in the history of the PBA. Speaking of snipers, Pasaol just shooting the basketball without any regret, but misses on that shot. Stan Hardinger deep position inside against Baclao. Misses that spin move. Pasaol finds Jackson. Hodge passing the ball around to Newsome. Newsome, short step jumper, asking for that foul. No call by the referee.
And then another stop for Ginebra. They have to capitalize. It's only a 6-point game. I mean, minus the crazy start.
C-Stan tries to go for another shot, so that's 3 straight field goals for C-Stan in this last few minutes as Ginebra's crawled back into this game as Jet Meralco's offense now is in a funk after being so smooth to start this ball game. But speaking of not being in a funk, Pasaol just heard our comments and he says, I got this,
what
guys.
Funk? What funk are we talking about? We're talking about Alvin Pasaol. He's confident. The amount of shots that he's been taking, and I think he knows his role in the second unit is really a shot taker for this group.
In 3 minutes, he's already shot 4 shots and made 2 3-pointers. So great production for Alvin Pasaol as Pringle just dances on Newsome, hits that beautiful fadeaway.
It's Stanley Pringle. Behind the back, spin, fadeaway.
That's too many moves.
That's too many moves.
As C-Stan and Pringle just doing it so far for Ginebra, scoring most of their points as Jackson saves that offensive rebound to Newsome. Newsome still trying to find his offense. Nice pass to Hodge inside, and Hodge gets called for the offensive foul. So I can't believe it, but that's the 3rd foul already on Hodge if he gets called for the offensive foul. So that's a big situation for Meralco.
You see that again. Ramming through Christian Standhardinger here. And let's see what the effect this has on the ball game for Meralco.
Back here to Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021, you got Andre Co together with Jet Manuel. And for PBA Rush, as we see both coaching staffs of both teams making adjustments as Cliff Hodge gets called for that offensive foul. And on the coaching staff of Meralco, we see our friend there, Charles Tew, already coaching for Meralco.
The newest member of
He's okay. He's
the
okay.
co-
lang.
He's okay lang. Parang, I mean, I played under him. He coached me. And I would say, okay lang.
Okay lang naman. fellow Xaverian,
Yeah.
Charles Tew. We wish him luck and good health because he was in health and safety protocols for a while. As Ginebra misses on that three-pointer. Jackson has the ball right now for Meralco. As Meralco's clinging to a 5-point lead after being up by double digits early. Pasaol posting up, gets double teamed. Noy Baclao to Pinto, who's in the ball game. Mards Pinto has been not his usual self in this past few games. But let's see if he gets loose here. Misses on that fadeaway.
Talk about players that are not themselves. I think for me, Pinto's one of the most underrated players that we have in the PBA. He can really produce great numbers, and it's luxury for Meralco to have him on the bench.
As Ginebra tries to go for that post move. Pasaol just skies high for that rebound. Looking for a seam, drives inside, uses his body, just misses as Mito gets that rebound. Mito again. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Meralco. Jackson to Pasaol. Pasaol tries for another three-pointer, makes another three-pointer.
Alvin Pasaol is heating up in his first quarter, coming off the bench, shooting 3 threes. He's just aggressive as they come.
You gotta give him the harder shot. He's one of
To-
those
to
guys
make
that
it.
the harder the shot, the higher the chance that he'll make it.
Talk about 3-point shooters here. Jeff Shan left wide open.
Chan misses on that three. Another miss for Ginebra. So Meralco with 2 seconds. Jackson has it. Steps. Has some time. Bags home the three-pointer to beat the first quarter clock.
Everything going for Meralco. We're going to have to see if that was a shot on time. But Travis Jackson, the buzzer beater to end the first. What a big shot.
Let's see if it counts. From this angle, let's see if he releases it on time.
Oh,
And
no,
it looks like it didn't count as Meralco will just probably take an 8-point lead heading into the second. But what a first quarter for them. They lead at 23-15. We'll be back in a bit for the second quarter here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back for the second quarter of our first game, Meralco against Ginebra, as we see Alvin Pasaol just hot, scorching hot, Jet, to start that first quarter.
Can't ask for anything more. 3 threes entering the ball game, shooting his first. I think, as a player, you get confidence right away. I mean, the first shot you take, 3-point shot and it goes in, just boosts your confidence. You feel like you can make everything. But this is just a bad turnover.
As Pinto hits that shot against Pringle after turning the ball over. So what a big turnover to start the quarter off of a timeout, turning the ball over.
I can see Coach Tim Cohn in my head shaking his head because that was not something you want to do, especially coming off, a dead ball or a timeout situation and the quarter situation.
As Meralco has now built another double-digit lead. As Pinto finds Pasaol. Pasaol feeling it, thought about it.
That's a little bit of maturity if you talk about Alvin Pasaol, knowing when to shoot and when not to shoot.
Pasaol drives inside. Nice drive by Pasaol. Just avoids the defense of Pringle and hits that layup. And he already has 11 points in this ball game, as that is another quick timeout by Ginebra. And our score is 27-15. We'll be back. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the ball game as we see Alvin Pasaol hitting those three-pointers, and he's showing his all-around game as he has a couple of rebounds, and then that last play drives left, finishes with the right, avoiding the defender. What have you seen so far from him, Jed?
Well, confidence. I mean, oozing confidence. I don't know if it's the hair or it's just him, the way he plays. We've seen it in college, and he just knows how to put the ball in the hole. 3 out of 4 from the three-point line, driving, making layups. I mean, we're seeing a scorer bloom in the PBA right now.
And I think he got kind of inspired by Calvin's performance yesterday, and he was like, I can do better than that. 8 three-pointers, he's already off to a good start. He has 3 in this game. As Dillinger hits that short jumper, cuts that lead down to 10, but Meralco still firmly in control of this ball game. Pinto, so they're really actively finding Alvin, who finds Noy Baclao in the corner for that short snap jumper. So we see another good play from Alvin.
And knowing he's a decoy, setting screens for him, a lot of attention now on Alvin Pasaol, and he just made the right decision. The extra pass. Meralco's just playing great offense. I mean, that's one thing you can say. They know what to do, they know who to find, and just making shots, that's the difference.
Caperal wants to hand it off to Stanley. Good defense by Pinto, not letting Stanley get it. Dillinger with 3 seconds on the clock. And we have a call by the referee, and I think it's a foul on Alvin Pasaol as he was holding Aljon Mariano, trying to prevent him from cutting to the rim. The first foul on Alvin Pasaol, and back to a 14-second shot clock for Barangay Ginebra.
I mean, things are still a little bit tense for Ginebra. They got their groove. And then now you see LA coming back in for Enriquez, quality minutes from the rookie. But, you know, you talk about Ginebra and the way they're playing right now. They got their rhythm, Aljon Mariano finding his way down. But, you know, they got their rhythm, and then they gave it back to Meralco. Meralco's just doing a great job in controlling the ball game and the pace of this squad and their game right now.
Pinto driving, finds Noy Baclao, who made an early shot, but Dillinger is there for the steal, so good defense from Jared Dillinger. Gives a chance for Ginebra to cut the lead down to single digits. Still a lot of time in this ball game for Ginebra, so you just have to be patient if you're a Ginebra fan. As Stanley tries to make his move, asking if he foul from the referee. Talking to the referee after not being called for a foul as LA shoots at 3, short for Tenorio. Ball will go back to Meralco.
Frustration seeping in again. You see Stanley was not happy with that call. A little bit out of a rhythm for LA, but very makeable for him. Wide open in that three-point line. The shots just haven't been falling for Ginebra.
Pasaol again with the basketball. Trying to be aggressive against Dillinger, being hounded by Jared Dillinger.
I like this matchup. Dillinger making it a point to stop the rookie as a vet.
As Noy Baclao misses on that jumper, but that was an open shot. Good play again by Alvin Pasaol, giving his team a good shot. Just his teammate just couldn't make it.
Noy Baclao. You know, we've seen him in Ateneo. You know, he's just that defensive presence, and right now expanding his game, taking more jump shots.
Being a veteran presence for Meralco, as we know, he's had a lot of years of experience here in the PBA. And see Stan and Almazan back in the game, so these two have been going at it since early in the ball game. As what a nice pass by LA, just gets blocked by Amito and Almazan. So good defense for Meralco as Pasaol now against Tenorio. Drives inside, powers his way inside for that shot.
Pasol just doing it all for Meralco, increasing their lead, taking it to the hole against smaller LA Tenorio. Not afraid, no matter who's up against. Oh, good pass.
Good pass, but C-Stan just couldn't make it, and another frustrating possession for Ginebra as Jackson shoots that three, too short. Hamito is there for the rebound.
A lot of offensive rebounds for Jammer Hamito. You know, those small things, just offensive rebounds, just suck the life out of the opposing team.
What a pass by Alvin Pasol, and Dillinger just fouls Jamir Hamito. And that is another good pass from Pasol. So Pasol actually not playing like a rookie in this game, reading everything so well.
You see the way he sets his teammates up. Yeah, exactly right. Like he's a vet with the decisions he's been making. I think this is just a game where he's on his rhythm, he's on his flow. Jammer Hamito, the good side of that, drawing the foul, getting to the line for two.
And as Hamito goes to the line for two shots, you have to agree, Jet, like with a rookie who Pasol gets subbed out by Maliksi, if a rookie play like this adds to the ceiling of Meralco, especially going into the playoffs, what does that do to a team like Meralco?
Well, it's a bonus. I mean, aside from lottery picks maybe, and going into a team like Meralco, you don't really expect a rookie to carry your second unit in scoring. But to have that luxury and, you know, figuring out the role that he has and executing it perfectly, that's just something that Coach Norman and Meralco really just love to see.
So that's just icing on the cake. And speaking of icing, Stanley Pringle just hits that layup to give Ginebra some life in this ball game. And we have an offensive foul. I think it's against Raymond Almazan on that screen against Ginebra.
What I like about Meralco is every time they get the ball, they push. They're trying to increase the tempo, the speed. But you can't stop something like this. High off the board, what a move, what a drive. And what a finish for Stanley Pringle. You see, he's aggressive.
As we see Stanley Pringle complaining to the referee that he got hit in the face. And I think he has a case for that. We can see some red streaks on his face. Definitely getting hit. And Meralco already has 20 bench points while Ginebra only has 2, Jet.
Well, but Ginebra's always going to rely on their starters. They have that core group, but the second unit, yeah, they have to step up. They have to keep up with the production of the first unit. But the lazy pass again for Barangay Ginebra, causing another turnover.
Maliksi against Mariano. Throws the ball away. 3-on-2 fast break led by JDV. Finds Mariano as it allows Meralco to set up inside. But C-Stan, only big guy inside, just misses another fadeaway. And C-Stan couldn't believe it. Just lies down in frustration after missing that shot.
Talk about frustrating misses. See the rebounding advantage too for Meralco.
As Maliksi misses on that three, but Jackson gets the loose ball. Jamir Hamito gets it to Nards Pinto, who shoots a three-pointer. No go. Hamito again inside. Still has the basketball. Batter for the loose ball. C-Stan finally secures it for Ginebra.
It's a scrappy ball game. Shots missed, rebound, shots missed again. And made. It's just a scrappy ball game, and the team that want it more is gonna come out on top.
As Ginebra trying to find some way to get consistent offense, as C-Stan gets bothered by Raymond and gets fouled by Almazan after biting on that fake.
Finally, talking about Christian, finally a foul call on a shot attempt because he's been trying and talking to the refs, begging them to call a foul. It's the first time we're going to see him in the free throw line.
And this is where we will see if the left hand works today, Jet.
It's going in effect.
As his right hand has been working in that first quarter. He made 3 straight jumpers in that third quarter. Let's see
which hand he's going to use.
Which hand he'll use here.
I bet it's the right.
He shoots to the left and misses his first free throw, but he already has 6 points and 9 rebounds to start this ball game. This is a definite step up from his previous game where he only had 9 points and 9 rebounds. So he's on his way to a good game. So C-Stan playing better today than his previous game.
Well, the team's been actively looking to get him the ball. He misses another free throw.
I hope I didn't jinx it by calling that his right was better than his left on those jump shots, but he misses on both free throws. Newsom back in the ball game. Wants to go against LA as he finds Raymond inside. Raymond tries to go for the left. Macbello is there for the putback.
That's just the effort of Meralco seen. The difference in the effort is very evident. You see a lot of the rebounding advantage that Meralco has. That's just wanting the ball more.
C-Stan goes for that fadeaway. Short for Ginebra. So Ginebra, actually, what I've noticed, Jet, is that most of the shots they're taking are pretty tough shots compared to the quality of shots that Meralco has been getting.
Gotta credit the defense of Meralco. And another offensive rebound for Meralco here. Another possession for them. Set things down and find another shot.
Newsom against Mariano. 5 seconds on the clock. Shoots that off-balance shot. Misses. C-Stan secures the rebound.
A little bit of fatigue here for the core group of Ginebra.
C-Stan with a drop step. Gets trapped by Almazan, and Almazan just cleanly blocks that as Quinto is all alone. Lays it up this time, and that is another fast break opportunity for Bong, Quinto, and Meralco as they have ballooned this lead, Jet, to 15. And we have a timeout called on the floor, 36-21. And Meralco just leading it by a lot in this ball game as we see this highlight from Meralco. Look at that layup by Bong Quinto, easily making that shot. And we're going to be back in a bit. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back to the ball game as Meralco has built a 15-point lead against Ginebra here in the second quarter. Jet, what have you noticed so far from both teams?
Well, Ginebra is easily seen they're frustrated in their offense. They're just not getting the shots they want. Frustration built, turnovers, but you gotta credit the defense that Meralco is putting on to Barangay Ginebra. You see the block difference here. So they're just pushing the pace on offense, getting easier shots, and forcing Ginebra to play with their pace. As you see, LA Tenorio finally setting things down and making a shot.
So LA finally gets a shot to go in. So that's a welcome sight for LA Tenorio as he's being posted up by Chris Newsom, who goes behind the back to Macbello, and Macbello just easily scoops that in.
You can say LA played his role, but no one else rotated to find the open cutters down low. It just led to an easy shot for Meralco.
And you can see afterwards, Ginebra players looking at each other, not knowing who was supposed to rotate as LA bags home a three-pointer.
That's what's scary now for Ginebra. They have the talent to just flip the switch on. And if they're making shots, you take away the chance of Meralco from running a fast break. And it leads to turnovers just like these.
LA feeling it after 2 straight shots. Driving inside, finds Stanley. Stanley thought about it. JDV has the basketball. LA again. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Ginebra. Shoots that long three-pointer. Almost gets it to go, but C-Stan goes for the offensive rebound. Stanley shoots another 3 of his own. Still no go for Ginebra.
Back-to-back threes. I think a little bit of fatigue there for Stanley. Not wanting to take advantage. You see him is on his knees right now. Just settling for a 3-point shot. Uh-oh.
As Bonguito just turns around and muscles his way against LA Tenorio. So Meralco, Jet, has been taking advantage of those mismatches against LA.
Well, the mismatch will always be there, but it's a 5-man team on the floor. It's just the help defense hasn't been there for Ginebra.
Mariano drives, kicks it out to JDV, finds LA, tries to go for another three-pointer, too strong this time for LA as Meralco secures the rebound.
Timeout, Meralco Bulls. This timeout is brought to you by
And we have a timeout called on the floor. This time it's called by Meralco as we see Quinto on this possession. Gets that easy shot against Eli Tenorio without any help, and we'll be back in a bit. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back to the ball game as we see Coach Norman Black definitely should be happy with how his team is performing. But as you all know, I think no coach is ever truly happy, and we see Jet the tournament format.
Well, second round robin, they're going this latter part of the 11 games for each team, and the top 8 really is where you want to be. As you see, we know number 1 and 2 teams will have a twice the beat advantage against number 8 and 7, and it's just going to be a best of 3 for everyone else in between, and the semis will be a best of 7 for the winners of the respective sections, and the best of 7 also in the finals.
So it's going to be an exciting finish in Bacolor, Pampanga, as we're going to have the quarterfinals in a few days, as Maliksi just goes for that off-balance shot, but Bacbello is there to clean up that loose ball and shoots that ball in.
That's mortal sin. Talk about an offensive rebound in a 2-3 zone. And I think the absence of Japet Aguilar is felt fully now in this juncture of the game.
As LA drives inside, passes to JDV, kicks it back out to LA. C-Stan has it against Almazan. Kicks it out to Devance again, shoots that 3, too strong. Battle for the loose ball. Newsome gets the rebound.
I'd say good defense by Meralco, but I'd just say poor offense for Ginebra. Just not moving, not executing, leading to a bad shot. And you talk about another adding salt to injury here. Alain Maliksi knocking down a 3, increasing their lead to 19 points just this early in the ballgame, second quarter.
As Ginebra really trying to find a way to score. Stanley gets it to JDV. Mariano, that is his shot, that short corner jumper. Finds a way to roll it in.
Those are the shots that they need to see go down so Ginebra can set their defense. But I'd say this is a little bit a sign of desperation for Coach Tim and Ginebra going to a 2-3 zone, knowing Coach Tim he doesn't want to run it. For him, it's a little bit of a desperation, trying to save his players from fatigue, but Mac Bello just knocking down a wide open jump shot.
And Meralco is just making their shots, and Ginebra really relying on their starters here in this ball game. As Mariano drives against Newsome, finds C-Stan, powers his way inside, asks here for that foul, but he gets a shot to go in.
This one sign of light for Stan Hardinger and Ginebra, so they gotta play better defense though.
Meralco passing the ball around, trying to break this 2-3 zone. As Bello hit that shot earlier. Open shot again for Mac Bello, this time too strong. And he laughs because he knows that was an easy shot. But 30 seconds left here in the second quarter. Mariano trying to go 2 for 1. Gets it to Joe Devance, who just pulls it back. So looks like it's going to be last shot time for Ginebra for this first half, as LA has 8 seconds on the shot clock. LA drives left, loses the basketball, gets tapped away, and that ball will stay with Ginebra. With 2.5 seconds left on the shot clock, 13 seconds left on the game clock, as we see Jeff Chan coming back to the ball game, coming in for Joe Devance. LA set the inbound with 2.5 seconds left on their possession. Finds Stanley. Stanley to Christian, shoots that jumper, too strong, batter for the rebound, goes to Jeff Chan, and Jeff Chan finds a way to put it in. So good substitution for Ginebra. 5 seconds left. What a steal by Christian Stan Hardinger, but LA just couldn't handle it. Bonquito shoots at desperation 3, and that is the end of the first half.
Catch your breath a little there.
That was a pretty wild end to the first half, as we have our Firefly player of the half. Firefly, the trusted lighting partner, by the PBA. We have Alvin Pasaol, who just lit it up, Jet, in that first half with 13 points.
It's an understatement for me. The way he put the ball in the hole. 3 out of 4, or 5 out of 8 from the field in just 9 minutes. He has more points now, 13 points, than the minutes he's played. So coming off the bench, making all the shots that he needs to take, that's just Alvin Pasaol for you.
As Meralco takes a 15-point lead heading to the half, 47-32. We'll be back in a bit. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. And we're back for halftime here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Andre Ko together with Jet, Manuel, and we're enjoying this very good game by Meralco. But for Ginebra fans, it must be frustrating to see your team down by 15 during the half.
Frustrating. I mean, they haven't been getting their rhythm. They haven't been finding open shots, quality shots. They haven't been getting the stops that they need, offensive rebounds, and complete opposite from what we're seeing from Alvin Pasaol and the Meralco Balls, just knocking down the shots, the pace that they want in the first quarter. They're getting, blocking the shots, stopping the inside. A little bit of a response from LA and Ginebra, but just too much of shot making and poor defense, and it's a bad combination if you're a Ginebra.
As Quinto just muscles his way inside for an uncontested layup. And Maliksi also missing on that one. But Macbelo has a couple of putbacks in this game, just out-hustling Ginebra in that first half.
Well, Macbelo's just doing what Macbelo does. Rebounds, making shots. I see here, look at the huge rebounding advantage that Meralco Balls have, and that's really just caused a lot of frustration for Ginebra. 13 assists. Yeah, they have more assists, more bench points, more fast breaks, just across the board. It's no surprise why the scores like this.
And the score is 47-32, and these halftime stats are brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Alvin Pasaol, 13 points in 9 minutes compared to Sandy Pringle, who's played most of the first half for Ginebra, only with 11.
Well, you talk about the points. You have only one guy in double digits for Ginebra, Stanley Pringle, and Pasaol coming off the bench, the rookie, knocking down his shots. Macbelo with 10. Maliksi continuing his hot start. The past 2 games starting for the Meralco Bolts, and I think it's just a product of the offense and the quality of shots that they're getting, and the fact also that they're knocking down the shots. Ginebra has been getting shots. They've had a couple of good opportunities, but those misses leading to fast break opportunities for the Bolts have just snowballed against them, and Ginebra just has to slow the pace down, get their rhythm back in if they want to have a chance to win this ball game, because like I said, like we talked about before the game, this is a must-win for Ginebra.
And let's see what adjustments Ginebra makes during halftime, as Bong Ginto also has 6 points. Did you know his real name is Kier John Ginto?
Who? Bong?
Bong Ginto.
No way.
So we don't know where the Bong came from. Me and Vince were talking about this the other day. He likes to call him Kier, but you know, as we do it in the Philippines, he's Bong.
He's Bong. And he's gonna stay Bong.
He's gonna stay Bong.
In my mind.
Just a quick trivia for people out there to find out what the real name of Bong Ginto is. As we start the third quarter with Ginebra with possession, down 15 points, 47-32, and it would have been more if the 3 of Travis Jackson to end the first was counted, but Stanley tries to make the first move. T-Stan posting up Raymond. Gets it to Ellie with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Stanley.
Poor spacing here for Ginebra.
Shoots that floater, just misses, and we have a foul called on the floor, and it's against Ginebra. So poor shot by Ginebra, and now a foul called on them, on C-Stan.
Poor spacing for Ginebra on that offensive possession. A couple of guys, actually teammates, bumping into each other, just making life easy for the Meralco defense. And crowding whoever has the ball. So not a good possession for Ginebra.
Newsome trying to find Raymond inside for the alley-oop. Just couldn't complete it, but he gets the offensive rebound. Gets triple teamed. Macbelo inside. Finds Raymond again. Raymond just couldn't handle it. That was too low. Sometimes the benefits of being tall doesn't give you an advantage on possessions like that. Couldn't reach down low for that
The
pass.
ball's rolling. Yeah, you'd probably want to be the smallest guy on the floor. You see here, 30-second timeout called. And I think Aljon wants the foul. I think he's saying he wants a foul instead of and not letting go of the ball. But I think a 30-second timeout was given by. Oops,
And we have
I got faked.
let's see what the referees are calling as Aljon just not letting go of the basketball.
I know that look, Andre. And when Aljon has that look, you don't want to try to grab the ball from him.
And he's one of those guys that, he doesn't complain a lot to the referee. So the moment he does complain,
It's gotta be big.
you kind of know he has a point to make. And with a fresh cut like Aljon Mariano, look at his hair. If the camera pans back to him, he has a good cut. He gets good haircuts in Bacolod, Pampanga.
For some reason, I don't know. Do they have a barber in the semi bubble or?
They should have
They
a
should,
barber.
yeah, probably.
Because look at Stanley's hair also. That's grooming.
You know,
That's hard to.
There should probably be a segment just on PBA players' hair in the bubbles. I mean, you have like players like Jack Corpus who has different colors every game.
I heard he sprays that every night.
Exactly. Bo Belga.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to watch how they get their hair
You have
done.
the dreads by Newsome. It's just an interesting topic to talk about.
As Stanley couldn't handle the basketball, and that is another turnover as C-Stan shows signs of frustration, and Stanley as well say it was touched, but the referees say otherwise. That is true. How do you get dreads in a semi-bubble situation? That is pretty difficult. As Quinto has the basketball now for Meralco, trying to direct traffic. Wants to post up Maliksi, but C-Stan, Stanley, showing his athleticism. Not allowing that to happen. Stanley driving right, kicks it out to JDV. Nice pass to Aljon in the corner. Ginebra just can't find a way, but they get bailed out with a foul call against Maliksi, and Stanley draws that foul.
It's evident here Ginebra's trying to move the ball, find out open shooters. They're trying to get San Hardinger and Stanley Pringle into the groove on the offensive side because they're gonna need them to score.
Pringle now using that C-stand screen, kicks it out to LA. LA likes his shot. Short jumper for LA, misses. Almazan gets the rebound.
And here it is again, Meralco pushing the break and just taking advantage of the slow Ginebra defense here. Easy, that's way too easy. The fast break opportunity, and it's just snowballing for them. A missed shot for Ginebra will just almost automatically start the fast break opportunity for Ginebra.
Almost
for
took 2 minutes for both teams to put up points on the board, and Ginebra still with nothing here in the second half as LA breaks that curse, gets the first 2 points for his team.
But LA also has to get it going. I think if he wants to establish the offense of Ginebra, he's gonna have to try to look for shots of his own.
As Newsome tries for a 3, misses. Aljon secures the rebound. So Ginebra trying to cut into this lead. LA to JDV, back to LA. Ginebra trying to find some consistent offense as Mariano tries to go for that fadeaway against Newsome. Hits that beautiful fadeaway.
Talk about underrated players. You gotta talk about Aljon Mariano. He just knows his role in Ginebra, but give him the ball, tell him he needs to score. He's gonna find a way. He's skilled.
Bello drives inside, tries for that extra pass to Raymond, and he knew he had a shot. Jet.
Finally, good rotation on the defensive side for Ginebra. Stanley Pringle dropping down low to cover for the big man that helped.
Newsome drives, fakes out JDV, and nice play by Newsome to draw that foul. Will go to the free throw line.
JDV committing on that shot fake and just knew he had nowhere to go. Just tried to make sure that Newsome would not have an opportunity for end one basket.
And Newsome definitely felt that. He was touching his right shoulder before shooting these two shots, and he definitely you feel fouls from JDV.
If he wants to make you feel it, you're gonna feel it in places you would not expect.
And that was the first shot by Newsome, and he misses it, but he converts on the second. So Meralco comes away with 1 point on that possession. 50-36. Ginebra trying to come back in this ball game, but Devance couldn't handle it. So that is another turnover by Ginebra.
It's the pressure of Meralco. I think the way they're trying to keep pressure on Ginebra is just picking them up full court. They're not pressuring. They're not. It's not really a full court hard press. More of a full court soft press, and it's just causing trouble, taking Ginebra out of rhythm. So
And I think it's doing Meralco good doing this pressure because Ginebra has a short rotation in this game. They're not using a lot of their bench players, so fatigue might be a factor, Jet. And Meralco misses on that three. That was Bello. Pringle trying to run down court. Stan, deep low position, just tries to pass the ball, gets tapped away by Mac Bello.
that's a good seal by Stan Hardinger. Realizing he threw two defenders. Every time he gets the ball in the paint, you gotta see Meralco really collapsing down low. It's just a matter of if Stan Hardinger can make the right decision out of that.
Stanley goes to Caperal. LA finds JDV inside for a hook shot. Nice shot by JDV, backs at home.
It's a good screen down to seal by Joe Devance. He just knows what to do when he has the ball in the post.
Newsome not scoring a lot in this ball game. Finds Malik C against Caperal. Malik C finds some space. And he gets called for the offensive foul. So Ginebra gets a stop on that possession.
Good help defense by Elite Tenorio. They're anticipating Malik C on the drive. You can see it here. Setting his feet way ahead of Alain Malik C there. Drawing that charging foul. That's just good defensive help for LA.
And good way of selling the foul. So LA, good defensive stop for Ginebra as they are trying to get this to single digits or at least to a 10-point ball game. But LA being hounded by Mac Bello. Finds C-Stan inside. C-Stan gets bothered by Almazan, but JDV gets a rebound. Open three for LA. Open lane. Layup is good for Tenorio.
That's the patience of LA Tenorio. Had a wide open shot, but chose to sell that shot fake, driving to the hole for 2 points. And 10 points now down on a fast break opportunity for Ginebra.
LA finds Pringle in the corner. Pringle shoots that three. Bags off that three-pointer. Cuts that lead down to 7. So what a run by Barangay Ginebra.
I think 2 points. But still, Ginebra's cutting the lead down to single digits here. You see that drive, a shot fake, wide open shot, layup for LA Tenorio. And then the following possession, Stanley Pringle just knocking down that shot in the face of Chris Newsome.
As Ginebra is making their run, we have a timeout called brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Back to the ball game as Ginebra trying to claw back into this ball game. Finally gets into single digits. An 8-point lead by Meralco was cut by the long two-pointer by Stanley Pringle. And Stanley Pringle trying to shoulder the load for Ginebra in this ball game, along with LA Tenorio, as they are playing heavy minutes. And of course, as we know, Jet, there's big implications when it comes to standings and their chances of getting to the postseason.
Ginebra, like we have to reiterate, they have to have that sense of urgency to win this ball game to at least get that 8th spot. Because right now, if they lose, there's gonna be a logjam for that number 8, and they don't wanna be a part of it if they have control right now of their future.
Stanley has the basketball again after getting that stop. Finds JDV to Caperal, back to Pringle. Pringle shoots a three, hits another one. So Stanley, after a two-pointer, just checks it, knows he's behind the three-point line this time. hits that three-pointer.
9-0 run for Barangay Ginebra, all rooting from the defense that they're doing against Meralco and finding better shots. Stanley Pringle has led this charge along with L.A. Tenorio for Ginebra.
Pinto finds Pinto. Pinto open three. No go for blue shirts. Battle for that rebound as Pasaol gets that offensive putback.
Alvin Pasaol coming in, checking into the game, and the ball just lands in his hands. Easy 2 points for him.
So what a game so far by Alvin Pasaol, already with 15 points after pouring in 17 earlier in his previous game as C-Stan finds LA. LA shoots that one-legged floater. Too strong. Battle for the rebound. Pasaol grabs it. Meralco with numbers. 4 and 3 fast break for Meralco. Belo shoots that three-pointer. No go as Pasaol gets the offensive rebound. Pinto all alone. Pinto shoots that three. That is too strong. Almazan grabs the loose ball. Gets tapped away by Stan Hardinger. And Meralco will maintain possession.
So we have to see now the breaks of the game. Who will it lead towards in this third quarter? This is really a pivotal quarter, and you see JDV huffing and puffing coming into the bench. And this third quarter has been huge for Barangay Ginebra. Let's see if they can keep this up with 5 minutes left.
Pinto again wants to go against LA, and that is another offensive foul drawn by Tenorio. So Tenorio getting those defensive stops, big plays for Barangay Ginebra.
That's just a difference with vets. I mean, yeah, it's a mismatch. You can say it's a mismatch, but L.A. Tenorio has been in that situation. He's been, tried to take advantage of in the post. He just knows what to do and how to take advantage of his quickness, of his height, and Bonquinto going to the bench, knowing that the vet got the best of him in that play.
As Barangay Ginebra now with a chance to cut into its lead even more. Caperal at the post against Macbello, finds C-Stan. C-Stan drives right, fakes Almazan, hits that short hook shot.
That's one of those shots where it came out of the flow of the offense of Ginebra, and Stan Hardinger, that's just what he does.
And we haven't seen that most of the game, getting offense in the flow of the system, but they get one there as Bello powers his way inside, too strong. Meralco now having a hard time scoring.
Momentum now in the flow of the game on the side of Ginebra, making stops and hitting shots. And
Meralco
Meralco
trying
here,
to go for a heat check there.
I was gonna say, I thought it was Alvin Pasaol with a heat check.
As Meralco clinging to a 5-point lead after opening up a lead of as much as 17 early in the ballgame. Pasaol shoots a three. He's been hot, short this time.
Right on cue, partner. Heat check for Pasaol, right on cue.
That was in line. He was just a bit too short on that shot. As Pinto steps back for that jumper, no go. Almazan all alone, puts it back home.
Again, I'm gonna say it. It's just the absence of Japet Aguilar. I think that the team and the fans are so used for Japet to just gobble up the rebounds when it's above everybody else.
Ginebra missing a couple of players. Scotty Thompson not in the game. Japet also not in the ball game, and a referee saying that counts. So that is an end-one opportunity for Christian Stan Hardinger.
Good call by the referees. That was in the motion of his shot. It's just really awkward to look at in the timing that Christian does it. But yes, he did get fouled. So let's watch a replay here. Backs him down. Tries to get advantage and gets called for the foul there. That's just still 1-2 step and making the shot. So as awkward as it looks, Andre, that's 2 points.
2 points is 2 points in basketball, no matter which way and how you get those 2 points. And end-one opportunity for Stan Hardinger as he goes short on that free throw attempt. So 0 of 3 for C-Stan in the ball game when it comes to free throw shots. Jackson in the ball game for Meralco. Finds Pasaol in the corner. Pasaol against Dillinger. Gets it to Bello. Gets the ball back. So Pasaol shoots that three. That is way off. But battle for the loose ball. It's Pinto, the smallest guy in the floor. Gets the basketball, but the foul is called.
Oh, unlucky break there for Ginebra, forcing a bad shot for Meralco and just being out-hustled and drawing the foul.
Jeff Chan gets called for that foul as Meralco will get another crack at it. Pinto to Hodge. Finds Velo, fakes, one step inside, passes to Hodge again. What a play by Meralco. They just couldn't complete.
Oh,
Just couldn't convert on that shot, and Hodge gets called for another foul. That is the 4th foul on Cliff Hodge.
talk about a Meralco player not getting the break of this game. Cliff Hodge playing, I don't know, single-digit minutes, 8-9 minutes, just getting called for another foul, and this time offensive.
Cliff Hodge struggling in this game with those fouls. And Ginebra, don't look now, just a 5-point ball game. Jeff Chan finding C-Stan. Caperal posting up against Velo. Nice move by Caperal. Just couldn't get the shot to go in. Travis Jackson secures the board, drives. Pinto takes the contact, drives inside, just couldn't convert. Hodge is still there against Caperal. Gets that foul call.
Scrappy down low. Just a missed rebound there for Caperal. Couldn't handle the ball. And the hustle that we've seen over the years, Cliff Hodge paying off. This time, getting the other side of the whistle, drawing the foul, heading to the line for 2.
Cliff Hodge finally getting a call for himself after being called for 4 fouls early in this game. And he makes the first one. So Cliff Hodge tried to make up for loose time after being in foul trouble most of the game, giving Meralco a couple of points, needed points after blowing that 15-point lead that they have as Ginebra is making their run. Second free throw for Cliff Hodge. That is too strong. Batter for the rebound goes to Dillinger as Ginebra secures it. Aljon with the basketball now. Let's see where Ginebra will go here. Finds C-Stan in the corner. Wants Christian to post up. Gets the ball back. Shoots that trademark fadeaway. Too strong this time as Mac Bello secures the rebound. Pinto now directing traffic for Meralco. Finds Mac Bello. Finds the rookie who drives inside against Dillinger. Hodge just couldn't handle it. So Hodge trying to post up against C-Stan with 7 seconds on the clock. Hodge. Ball gets read perfectly by Pringle, and that goes out of bounds and will stay with no. Referees are saying it goes to Ginebra, so another good defensive possession by Stanley Pringle and Barangay Ginebra.
As Cliff Hodge is a little bit too messy on that last shot. Could have settled for a jump shot there, but a couple of taps and tips. Ball's heading to Ginebra. A chance now for them to cut it down even more. And even if you're Ginebra and Coach Tim, I'm pretty sure they talked about it at halftime that they just want to end the third with a single-digit deficit after leading or losing in double digits entering the third quarter.
And as we all know, anything can happen in the 4th quarter, especially if you have somebody like Eli Tenorio who hits that floater to cut this lead down to 4 points.
Talk about a player that can turn it on. 11 points now for Eli Tenorio. And a bulk of them in this third quarter. Leading is the charge for Ginebra.
Aspasaol almost gets that one to roll in. Ball gets tapped away by C-Stan, so Meralco will have another opportunity to score.
Here with Meralco, they're veering away from what was working for them in that first half and how they got that lead. A couple of isolations, bad screen set. The second unit hasn't been performing to the standard that Coach Norma is expecting for them. And Ginebra just taking advantage of that.
As Hamito gets called for that foul, as Devance takes just had a short breather, Jet, and now he's back into the ball game. So very short rotation for Ginebra. Do you think this will factor in the 4th?
Oh, it's going to factor in for sure. It just depends on the players now and how Coach Tim can still take advantage. They've been running a 2-3 zone, trying to save them. A little bit of fatigue. But, it's been working so far. Just a couple of missteps. But they're going to take it now, still down by 4.
With just a minute and 10 seconds remaining here in the third, Ginebra definitely happy with what they've done here in the third quarter to cut a 15-point lead down to 4 as Jackson spins and gets fouled by Dillinger on the steal attempt. And Travis Jackson hit in the eye.
Foul is on number 2, Jared Dillinger.
Pinto comes in the ball game for Meralco. Subs in for Nards Pinto, who didn't do much on offense, and they need his scoring output. So Nards Pinto takes a breather.
I think the question for the second unit is who's going to score.
And this guy is never afraid to score, draws the foul, and Alvin Pasaol just keeping the second unit alive. He knew he wanted that N1.
What's impressive with Alvin Pasaol is, yeah, he had a hot start. And then in this third quarter, a couple of misses, couple of bad shots. And if you're a rookie, usually, if you're a rookie in the PBA, you get discouraged. You don't want to, force the issue. You're missing shots, not going in. But with Alvin Pasaol, he just relentless, doesn't stop. 15 points now, 7 rebounds, missing that free throw. But even if you're missing shots and you have that maturity and the aggressiveness to keep trying to go to the hole, that's Alvin Pasaol for you. That's why he's been playing well.
Alvin Pasaol, 0 of 1 at the line. This is his first trip, misses both. But look, Jamir Hamito is there for the offensive rebound. So hustle points again going to Meralco. 7 seconds on the shot clock for Travis Jackson. Jackson finds Hodge. To Hamito inside. 1 second on the clock. And gets blocked by JDV. What a defensive possession by Ginebra. 2 stops for them on that play.
JDV with the defense. Blocking the shot. It's very rare now to say. I'm going to have to say that you can say Joe Devance blocked the shot in the PBA right now for Ginebra, but that's just the willingness to try to climb back in this ball game.
As it's just a 4-point game, Tenorio against Jackson. Tenorio with it, driving inside, strong move by Tenorio, but he loses the basketball, so Meralco will have 25 seconds to come up with an offensive play.
Karam entering the ball game for the first time. 25 seconds left for Travis Jackson.
And Karam has been playing well as of late, and he's one of those players that has a knack for hitting big shots at the right moment, and he's been doing that this conference. So let's see if Karam can give them an offensive boost as it's his first time in the ball game.
Last shot time here for Meralco. Let's see what play they run and if they can get a good shot.
Quinto gets the basketball for Meralco. Trying to direct traffic. Let's see if they go to Pasaol. Quinto wants to go up against Caperal. Drives inside. Bends, no go. And Ginebra has 5 seconds. LA finds Jeff Chan to JDV. Shoots that 3. That is too strong for Barangay Ginebra. But if you're a Barangay Ginebra fan, you definitely must be happy about the results of our third quarter, as they've cut a 15-point deficit down to 4 on the backs of LA Tenorio and Stanley Pringle. Our score is 55-51. We'll be back in a bit. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. We are back for the start of the fourth quarter here in the Honda PBA Philippine Cup, as the Meralco Bolts clinging to a 4-point lead after being up by 15. Jet, what did you see in that third?
Well, they executed a lot better on the offensive end, but it's all rooted for how they played on defense. They're making stops now, they're rebounding the ball, creating opportunities, lessening the opportunities for Meralco. As you see here, 19 points in that third quarter and only 8, limiting Meralco to 8 points. That's the biggest key for them in this comeback.
As Karam was stepping out of bounds on that previous play, so Ginebra with a chance to cut into this lead. As Chan finds Dillinger, Dillinger to Caperal, ball gets tapped away. Will stay with Ginebra. As Meralco, just a 4-point lead for them. They have Hamito, Hodge, Maliksi, Karam, and Quinto on the floor. And what a good defensive possession for Meralco, but the ball was kicked, so Ginebra will still have possession on this play with 14 seconds on the shot clock. As for Ginebra, we have Tenorio in the ball game, as well as Caperal, Devance, Chan, and Dillinger. Start the fourth quarter.
I always love this matchup with Karam and Tenorio. You know, they always, these small little guys always get at it. And Karam always loves guarding Eli Tenorio.
As Jeff Chan misses on that signature three-pointer from the corner. And he's now being posted up by Quinto. Maliksi has it. Maliksi, short stab jumper. No go. Battle for the loose ball goes to Quinto. Nice tap out by Hodge. Karam fakes everybody out. Drives inside for that layup.
Karam, talk about a player ready to play. Just stepped on the court not more than 120 seconds ago for Andrew Karam. Immediately scoring.
JDV wants to post it up. Finds LA against Karam. Nice defense by Hodge, trying to go for that steal, but JDV gets it, and Hodge gets his 5th foul of the ball game. So limited minutes for Hodge, just racking up those fouls, Jet.
Is here, but you gotta talk about a guy who's ready to play, faking 2 defenders and not afraid to float it up there. Karam with a sweet floater for his first 2 points in the ball game.
Pringle comes in for Jeff Chan, as Stanley got a bit of a rest in that third quarter, so he's definitely ready to go here in the fourth as he tries to lead his team to this comeback. Eastan also on the floor, subbing in for Caperal, as Ginebra turns the ball over. Good defense by Alain Maliksi. Driving inside, finds Macbello, and that is a foul on Dillinger, and Macbello will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Dillinger, just in the wrong place in the wrong time. Not intentional, unintentionally falling down underneath Macbello.
Macbello will have to shoot 2 shots at the line, as both teams have missed a couple of free throws in this ball game. Meralco, Jet, not looking like they've locked up the 2nd seed. They're looking for to come out with a good win in this ball game.
We talk about Coach Norman and the players he's putting in. They started the game strong, they're playing well, but now I think it's more of a learning situation for them, the coaching staff. They're probably trying different combinations too of players, different plays, different sets. I mean, it's the first time you've seen Andrew Karam, but it's not a shooting foul.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was a shooting foul.
That's what they were talking about, and they say it's not a shooting foul, so Ginebra gets away with a lucky break there as Maliksi drives again inside, finds Almazan. Almazan gets that 2-pointer to go.
Yeah, that's just a great drive and kick by made by Almazan, but Maliksi driving to the hole, drawing the big man, and dishing it down low to Almazan.
JDV again, posting up against Bello. Gets double teamed. Dillinger thought about the 3, shoots the 3. Too strong.
A little bit of hesitation for Dillinger there. Waited a little bit too long, and the defense was able to get back.
Maliksi now again with the basketball. Maliksi shoots that 3-pointer. That is
That's
short.
no hesitation. You talk about hesitation from Dillinger.
Maliksi does the opposite.
No hesitation.
No hesitation for Maliksi. But both the same results. Both of them missed, as Pringle subbed out quickly, and now is back in the game now for Dillinger. So I think he had to do something on bench. But Pringle now back in the ball game. Pringle directing traffic, finds Chan in the corner.
I like the defense, the way they deny the guards, making it tough to pass the ball, but not tough for JDV to turn around and hit that hook shot.
So JDV has a couple of hook shots in this ball game, and it's back down to a 6-point lead for Meralco. As Guindo wants to go up against Pringle. Finds Bello. Bello hesitates, drives, nice drop pass to Raymond, as Raymond just couldn't make that easy shot, but Quinto is there for the putback and makes that shot.
That's just a second effort again. Yeah, spoiled attempt by Almazan. But the effort and the rebounding of Bong Quinto has been there the entire ball game.
As Ista now has it against Raymond. Almazan with a good defense. And JDV just taps the ball away out of bounds, so the ball will go back to Meralco. So Raymond Almazan has been doing a good job defending C-Stan in this ball game.
He's anticipating the moves that Christian does. You see here that missed layup attempt, but just the effort out of nowhere. Bong Quinto wanting the ball, ripping it out of the arms of Stanley Pringle.
And it looks like he almost actually ripped out his shoulder or the elbow. Stanley Pringle, with how strong he did that. As Karam drives inside. Finds Maliksi. Maliksi with a step back of step backs. Just airballs that shot.
A little bit too much sauce for Alain Maliksi on that move.
Pringle just mispasses it as Anjo Karam is all alone. So another miscommunication by Ginebra leads to an easy fast break by Anjo Karam, who's come into this ball game and changed things for Meralco as they have now built another double-digit lead. And look at this, Jed.
There's miscommunication there between Stanley Pringle and LA Tenorio. LA wanting to backdoor. Stanley thought he was going to go for the handoff. Just ends up in a turnover. And Karam, the easy 2 points, 63-53 for Meralco.
Back to the ball game as Meralco is now back up by 10 points. And here are our team standings. And we were talking about this earlier, Jet. Meralco securing that second spot, but Ginebra still fighting.
Exactly. Talk about Meralco, they're locked in. Win or lose this ball game, they're number 2, the 9-2 or 8-3 record. But Ginebra, they're stuck there with a 4-6 record. Something is still under control this ball game. Winning this ball game would lock them in that 8th spot. But losing it will cause a log jam down below, and it's going to be questionable now to see, or it's going to be a wishing and hoping game for them on who Alaska, the result of the next game, Alaska going up against, I think, Blackwater.
So that's going to be interesting what happens in the seeding for our team standings for the postseason as Jeff Chan shoots that 3, bangs home a 3-pointer, and we've been looking for that the entire game from Jeff Chan.
Jeff Chan inserted on the floor to provide another shooting presence on the 3-point line. That's just what he does. He does it great. Jeff Chan there, the 3-point.
Karam finds Raymond, who shoots a 3. No go as Ginebra secures that rebound. Stanley against Karam, finds C-Stan. C-Stan posting up Raymond, finds JDV. He's hit big shots in this game. Too strong as Newsom skies high for that rebound.
Good shot there though for Joe Vance.
Newsom has been quiet, finds Macbello. Macbello fakes out JDV. Kicks it out to Chris Newsom. Finds a way to shoot that layup. Gets that layup to fall.
I was going to say a gamble there by Jeff Chan on that steal led to an open driving lane for Chris Newsom. And Chris Newsom knows how to take advantage of those driving lanes. But I think cramps for Almazan here.
And Almazan stretching out his leg. And that's not a good sight to see if you're Meralco. You want Raymond Almazan in the ball game. But they're up by 9 points. As Jeff Chan went for that steal, opens up that lane for Chris Newsom.
I mean, it's a fine line between being aggressive and wanting to steal the ball and staying disciplined on defense. In that case, the gamble didn't pay off for Jeff Chan. They're giving Chris Newsom a wide open lane to the basket for 2 points. Still a 9-point ball game for Meralco. It's 6 minutes 52, and let's see if the fatigue now will set in. We've been seeing signs of it a little bit, especially with players like LA and Stanley and their usage rate this whole semi-bubble season.
As JDV finds Stan Hardinger with a height advantage without Raymond Almazan inside, takes advantage.
That's a good post-to-post action. Joe Devance now being the guy to drive to the hole, draw the defense, and dish it down to Christian Stan Hardinger.
Newsom to the corner to Karam. Karam shoots at 3. Too short. Battle for the loose ball. Newsom has it. Gets fouled by Stanley. And Stanley knows he
realizes.
He realizes that that was his foul. We rarely see players admit to fouls. Did you ever admit to your own fouls, Jet?
Of course. You know, I'm an honest and I'm honest and my integrity as a player. Every time I foul somebody, I have to admit it's my fault. I love the way you laugh, Andre.
No, I'm just having fun with this ball game. I believe everything that you say with regards to fouls, as Mac Bello drains a 3-pointer at the top of the key. So that is a 10-point lead once again for Meralco.
Painful shot there. Mac Bello. He has shot the ball well this season. In that case, that 3-point shot was big.
Hodge playing with 5 fouls, guarding C-Stan. C-Stan passes it to Jeff Chan. Jeff Chan almost loses the basketball. Back to Stanley. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Jeff Chan shoots that long 2-pointer. No go as Bong Quinto gets the rebound, finds Karam.
Fortunate there. They caused a lot of movement from defensive end of Meralco, just failing to knock down that shot.
Chris Newsom now with the basketball, a 10-point lead once again for Meralco, trying to build on it. Newsom dancing on Stanley, on C-Stan I mean. Misses that shot. Battle for the loose ball goes to Ginebra. Jeff Chan again. Finds Devance. Devance draws the foul. Not a shooting foul, so Ginebra will still maintain possession.
A little bit of a breather here. Much needed breather and a timeout. It's called just give a little bit of rest for the players on the floor, especially on the Ginebra side.
As Meralco has a 10-point 68-58 lead against Barangay Ginebra, as they've secured control of this game here in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a bit. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Back to the ball game here on PBA Rush, as we see Mac Bello just dominating in so many aspects of this ball game. Shooting those long 2-pointers, getting putbacks to go, and of course on that last possession, hits a big 3 to give Meralco a double-digit lead.
13 points in this ball game, 6 rebounds. And 50% from the field. Mac Bello is as efficient comes, not looking for highlight plays, just doing his job on the basketball court.
And now trying to defend against Devance, just does a good job of bothering Devance on that hook shot as Meralco comes up away with a defensive possession. Quinto now posting up against Chan. Finds Hamito inside. Hamito misses that short push shot. Does that still count as a floater?
I was gonna say a hook floater.
Hook floater.
A
Okay,
hook floater.
that's a good one.
Oh.
But we have another foul called on the floor, and this time it's against Devant. So,
Offensive foul on number 38, Joe
wow, it's an
Gomez.
offensive foul against Joe Devant. It's a C-stand showing signs of frustration in this ball game, as well as JDV.
A little bit of bleeps from Joe Devance. And the reaction to that call, he was not happy. Trying to push off a little bit, get position underneath the basket. The refs deeming it an offensive foul.
Quinto again posting up against Jeff Chan. 2-3 zone by Ginebra. Finds an open Newsome 3. Newsome banks it home.
That's what you give up when you run a zone defense, the outside shots. You clog the paint in, give a little bit more space for three-point shots to be attempted, and Chris Newsome taking advantage of that.
Devance again posting up against Bello. Finds Stanley for 3, takes it, makes that shot. So Stanley Pringle counters back with a 3 of his own.
Good off-ball movement from Stanley Pringle, down screening, popping up to the wing. And Joe Devance finding him for 3 points.
Bello, nice cut by Mac Bello, a nice pass from Chris Newsome.
That's great timing from Newsome and Mac Bello, knowing where each other or knowing what they're thinking. Good pass.
Stanley finding C-Stan in the middle. C-Stan driving against Hamito. Finds some space. Easy shot for Christian Stan Hardinger.
Some physical presence. Christian Stan Hardinger is bulldozing his way underneath the basket.
And Jamir Hamito isn't an easy guy to dislodge out of his position. So C-Stan showing some strength on that play. As Bonquito passes it to Hamito. So Meralco again showing their passing here in the 4th quarter.
What a pass. What a play set up by Bong Quinto there. One-on-one shot fake, pivoting inside and dishing it down low in the last second.
Jeff Chan shoots a 3, too strong. Bello gets the rebound.
It's not looking good for Ginebra.
And another nice pass by Quinto goes to Hamito, and that pushes the lead back up to 14. And Meralco just running away with this ball game here in the 4th quarter as they have this established dominance here late in the ball game. As you see Quinto, look at that beautiful pass to Hamito, but on back-to-back possessions, Meralco has scored off of passes from Bong Quinto, and we'll be back in a bit. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. And we're back to the ball game. As you see your team standings, Jet, Ginebra in danger of going 4-7 into a tie with Terra Firma and Phoenix.
Yeah, that's gonna cause a tie leg. The way the game is looking now, if Ginebra loses this ball game, they're gonna be 4-7, tied with, like you said, Terra Firma and Phoenix, and then they're gonna have to hope that Alaska loses the ball game to NLEX in this next ball game, which is out of their control now, to have a chance still of life for Ginebra to enter the playoffs.
As C-Stan gets it to LA. LA short jumper, too strong as Meralco still running. 3-on-1 fast break. Jeff Chan all alone. Hamito again. So 6 straight points for Jamir Hamito. As Bong Quinto just racking up the stats here in the 4th.
It's just a missed shot to another. It's a story of the ball game for Meralco and Ginebra. If Ginebra misses, Meralco just sprinting down, finding some fast break opportunities, but it's just not looking good for Ginebra coming into the last 2 minutes, down 14 points.
as Jeff Chan hits on that two-pointer, but they're still down big, 79-65. As Meralco just showing why they're the number 2 seed. As Quinto steps back for that two-pointer, just misses. Pringle with the basketball.
A bit of fatigue here, very, very evident for Ginebra and the key players that they have, and the foul is called here. Oh,
And Stan Hardinger and Hamito get tangled up as Stan gets pulled to the ground by Hamito, but he draws the foul.
That's his second. First team foul.
a lot of physical plays, but you got guys like Stan Hardinger driving hard to the hole and you're trying to stop him. Drawing the foul there, and just unintentionally, I would say, landing on top of Jamir Hamito. You're not going to be pleased if a guy that big just lands on top of your head.
You know what I worry for? The floor.
Sad. The floor. You got to check on the floor if two guys like that.
Bang the floor. I think the floor takes most of the damage
I think
compared to these two guys. As Ryan Aguilar comes into the ball game, as Stan hasn't made a free throw in this ball game.
I was going to say.
Maybe me saying that did something.
Yeah,
So
you should have said that earlier if you're for Ginebra, but I think there's a white flag race now for Ginebra. As Coach Tim brought in Aguilar, taking out who do you take out? Aljon? I think. Oh, yep. They said these rookies are coming in.
as Holmquist is coming in for Ginebra. So substitutions coming in. Stan coming out of the ball game. But Stanley Pringle still in this ball game. So 13-point lead, a minute and 25 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Meralco firmly in control as they're just wasting time and definitely looking good to win this ball game as Bello just shoots that long three-pointer, no go. That looked like it was going to go in, but Ginebra gets a basketball. Stanley with it. Not a lot of time left for Ginebra.
Pardon, I think I have to correct myself. A win here wouldn't have granted them a lock in the 8th spot, but increased their chances dramatically. But for the sake of conversation, but right now we can see that they're gonna lose this ball game, and a lot of scenarios are gonna build up as the following games come along in this elimination round, because Alaska has 2 games left. If they win those 2 games, then I think Ginebra will be out, and a lot of things now are out of the control of Ginebra.
As Quinto still battling like it's a really close game. Gets 2 offensive rebounds, and Meralco will come away with a win in this ball game as Holmquist tries to grab the basketball, loses it against Bello, and Meralco will just hold on to this as they come away with a big win against Ginebra. And Ginebra needed a win in this game, just comes up a bit short. Of course, they're short-handed without Thompson, without Aguilar. Ginebra just hopes to keep their playoff hopes alive. And that is it for our first ball game of the day. Meralco comes away with a 13-point lead, 79-66 against the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. And that was a big game for Meralco, Jet.
Well, Meralco really took control from the get-go. The third quarter was the only, I think, quarter where they lapped. And when you got a guy like Mac Bello on the floor for you, the best player of the game, things are going to happen.
And of course, Mac Bello is our Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, best player of the ball game, just doing a bit of everything and a lot of things that don't show up on the box score, Jet.
Well, we talked about Mac Bello and the effect he has. He just plays defense, plays his role, no highlight plays, as simple as they come, knocking down shots and rebounding the ball. And this game, just executed his role to perfection.
And we'll see what happens in the standings now, as Meralco is 9-2 and Ginebra, again, as you said earlier, Jet, in a 3-way tie for that 8th spot.
It's a 3-way tie right now. With the following game, Alaska is playing the next game, I think, against Northport Batang Pier. And a lot of things can happen. It could be a 3-way tie. It could cause a 4-way tie for Alaska because they have a couple of games left. But the 1 to 7 slot is almost set. It's just really that logjam where Ginebra now, Phoenix, and Terra Firma are firmly a part of.
So let's see what will happen in these next few games. But for now, let's turn it over to our press room to hear it from Coach Norman Black and our best player of the game,
Good
Mac
afternoon
Bello.
and welcome to our post-game interview. Joining us are Meralco Bolts head coach Norman Black and our best player of the game, Mac Bello. Congratulations to you both po.
Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Mac, 15 points, 7 rebounds. Top 2 na yung team nyo, then twice to beat pa.
Yeah.
Pero parang kayo yung nangangailangan ng panalo. May napag-usapan ba kayo as a team or may sinabi ba sa inyo si coach before this game?
We talk about winning. So, itong panalo na to is very important for us kasi going to the playoffs, madadala namin yung momentum.
Ano yung pakiramdam mo na lalaro kayo sa playoffs?
I'm very excited, no? And our mission is not yet done. So, start pa lang to ng ano namin. So, marami pa kaming kailangan gagawin. And ang mahalaga lang is yung we trusted each other and especially sa coaches namin.
Nabanggit mo yung marami pa kayong gagawin. Personally, ano sa tingin mo yung kailangan mong gawin para mag-improve pa?
We always focus on our defense. So, kailangan lang, minsan, it's not perfect eh. So, kailangan lang namin magtulungan ng bawat isa and mag-communicate.
Thank you, Mac. Coach, you've won all your games after coming off the league's health and safety protocols. How tough or how easy was it to battle a team whose backs are on the wall, like Ginebra?
Yes, Ginebra is really the never say die team over the years, and I think Mac said it correctly. We really just wanted to have the momentum going into the playoffs. We didn't want to come off a loss going into the playoffs. Our offense has been pretty good the last 3 games. It was nice to see that our defense stepped up and played much better tonight in this particular game because we're going to need that down the stretch. So far, you know, it's been a balance, I guess. You know, a lot of guys stepping up. You know, Elaine was here. Mac is here tonight. Other guys have stepped up and become best player, like Andrew Karam. So it's just the next man up as far as we're concerned. We don't know who the star of the game might be, but everybody supports everybody, and whoever has a good night and leads us, we're happy for that.
Coach, you'll face the number 7 team, which will either be NLEX or Northport. How will you prepare for them?
Well, we just had a tough game with NLEX just yesterday, so we know that's going to be tough. That's not going to be easy. Northport has a lot of size with Greg Slaughter, so it's going to both ways. It's going to be difficult for us. That was one of the reasons why we really wanted to battle for the twice to beat advantage. But of course, you know, we'll go into that series wanting to win the first game.
Thank you, Coach. Now we turn you over to our press friends. First up is Mr. Ray Hoble.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you.
Coach, your victory over Ginebra doesn't have something to do with the rivalry you had?
We just wanted to win the game, Ray. I mean, I know we've played them a lot over the years, and like I said yesterday, I guess, the rivalry has been a little bit one-sided because they've been doing most of the winning. But, you know, it's a game that just happened to be at the end of the conference, and we wanted to go into the playoffs with some momentum. We didn't not want to go into the playoffs with a loss. So it just happened that Ginebra was our opponent tonight.
Thank you.
And let us see our game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Meralco started out hot in this ball game, just instantly building a double-digit lead against Barangay Ginebra as Alain Maliksi hits that layup, but Ginebra tried to battle back with a beautiful layup by Stanley Pringle to get Ginebra into the scoring column. But in that first quarter, Alvin Pasol just came in, Jet, and just did his thing.
Well, the rookie coming off a great last game, coming in here at high confidence, knocking down his first few shots and just took advantage of the Ginebra defense. And Meralco riding on that wave of offense from Alvin Pasaol in that first half. Ginebra did try to come back. They were trying to inch, but just a couple of bad plays, a slow start. Really, this gave Meralco that much cushion to start this ball game, coming in to the half.
As Bong Quinto just doing a bit of everything, passing that ball to Mac Bello, who is our best player of the ball game, just consistently attacking the Ginebra defense in so many ways, and they built a 15-point lead at the half. But in that third quarter, it was actually all Ginebra as they cut a double-digit lead to 4 points in that third quarter off of LA Tenorio and Stanley Pringle just heating up in that quarter. As we see C-Stan here taking advantage of Raymond Almazan, who we hope he is okay after suffering from cramps in that fourth quarter.
We always hope the players are okay so we can see them play. But in this quarter, the defense of Ginebra really picked up and they were knocking down their shots. They limited Meralco to only 8 points in the third quarter, knocking down 19 of their own. LA and Stanley were really the main focus or main scoring points in that third quarter. But I think they just ran out of gas in this fourth quarter, all the effort that they put in. And the Meralco just non-stop hounding and knocking down shots just like this from Chris Newsom.
As Ginta probably had like 5 assists in the fourth quarter alone, man, running the offense. And that three-pointer earlier by Mac Bello, that was the one that broke this game wide open after being a close game for so long in that fourth. Mac Bello and Chris Newsom, along with Quinto and Jamir Ramito, just breaking this game wide open, building another double-digit lead, and to give Meralco a 13-point victory against Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. And that is it for our first game for today. We're going to have an exciting game coming up next. We have the Northport Batang Pierre against the Alaska Aces. We'll be back in a short while. My name is Andre Ko, together with Jet Manuel. This is the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021.